Hey, welcome to the 90-day volunteer recruiting challenge. My name is Kenny Conley. I am currently attempting to recruit 50 volunteers over the course of 90 days. And happy Sunday, happy day 63. And let me tell you, I'm so excited about what happened today. Today was our fourth volunteer orientation that we've hosted since we began this process. And let me tell you, I love volunteer orientations. I love volunteer orientations. Before going in today, last night I sent out 8 text messages to remind everyone about the volunteer orientation. And then today, guess how many people showed up for the volunteer orientation? 10. We had 10. We had 2 more than I was expecting. A couple last minute people signed up and the room was abuzz. So much excitement about serving in the kids ministry. There were 1 or 2 people that I knew. Everybody else I didn't know. There's one wife of an elder. There was a wife of a prominent family in our ministry, in our church, and a lot of people I didn't know. And so it took us a lot longer. I like to start my orientations where everyone just kind of introduces themselves. And so it took a solid 10 minutes for everyone to tell their story and introduce themselves. And the room was warm and abuzz with very excited people about serving in Ridge Kids. Now, there were 2 couples who are snowbirds. So we have a lot of people that come up from Florida and they stay up in Blue Ridge for half the year and then they go down to Florida for the other half of the year. So there were 2 couples that are leaving in the next 2 to 4 weeks to go back to Florida for 3 or 4 months. And so we're going to process them quickly and get them all set. So that way, when they come back in March or April, they're ready to go. So I'm not sure yet if I'm going to fully count them as part of my 50 challenge because they're not started yet. They probably won't start the observation process yet, but we will try to get all the paperwork done. But we had people that are excited. There's one guy who he's never worked with kids before, but when he heard me talk about the different roles, this was a few weeks ago when I was giving the announcements, I talked about storytellers, that we need storytellers, and his wife looked at him and said, "You would be so good at that." And so he was there today and he was like, "I've never worked with kids before, but I love to tell stories." And so I was so excited about that. I had another lady who, I think her husband is one of our elders, and I was talking about the importance of guest services and why that matters. And she goes, "I would love to work guest services. I love to welcome new families." I had other people that really resonated with the small group leader role and other things. And so we took a tour and people were so ecstatic about their opportunity and their role to serve in Ridge Kids. So again, 10 people came to our volunteer orientation today. And I don't even know who some of these people were. Some of them are the work, some of them were people who I lost. We found them this several weeks ago. They were in an old workflow that I didn't know about, and my coordinator found them. Some people had come to the last 2 Next Steps classes who hadn't yet come to an orientation. I would also say, because our orientation is on the 2nd and 4th Sundays of the month, last month had 5 weekends. And so today was 3 weeks since our last orientation. So I feel like we just kind of bumped up, like it's been 3 weeks, so we had a higher number. But we've also been talking about serving a lot because we're getting ready to move in our new kids spaces. So I don't know, 10 people. I don't even know who they all were, where they all came from. It's just the drip, drip, drip of getting the information out there, continuing to talk about volunteer orientation, and people just come. People sign up, and this is a very normal experience. You might have next one. I think right now I only have like 2 people signed up for the next one, and I might only have 2 or 3 people come to the next one, and then the next one I could have 10. So what a great day. So tomorrow I start the process of shooting out emails, checking references, making sure they fill out the application. They did fill out the intake form. I have them do that in the room. But here we go. Tomorrow I'll give you an update of where we're at, how how many volunteers we're currently at, and I feel like we're getting close. I feel like we're getting real close. So join me tomorrow and we'll see how many volunteers we have and how close we are to our 50